We have a breaking news alert this morning. Drivers are being asked to use caution in an area north of Crookston over the next few days as crews clean up after a train derailment north of town. The Polk County Sheriff's Office says the train derailed last night right around 8 near Highway 75 and County Road 252, scattering rail cars along the tracks and ditch. 9 of the 14-car train jumped off the tracks.
And deputies say several were leaking non-hazardous material, but there is no concern for public safety at this time. There were no injuries. The sheriff's office is asking the public to use caution when driving in that area because workers are cleaning it up and they're repairing the tracks in the upcoming days. Caught on video, a truck plunges 70 feet to the ground off a freeway ramp and the driver survives. Now take a look at this video. It happened on Saturday in Milwaukee, and the Wisconsin Department of Transportation just released this startling video.
The truck smashed through the guardrail and dropped to I-94 below. The sheriff's office says the driver lost control near the snowy edge of the ramp. When first responders arrived, they say they found the driver conscious and breathing. He's now recovering at the hospital. The historic second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump begins today in the U.S. Senate.
That trial will start with arguments on the trial's constitutionality and a vote on whether to proceed. Trump faces one article of impeachment for incitement of insurrection. Each side will have 16 hours to make presentations, and you can expect to see video evidence of the January 6th mob attack on the Capitol.
Witnesses will be called if House impeachment managers request them and the Senate approves. Former President Trump has declined to testify under oath.
Now 9 minutes before the top of the hour, we want to get a check of our cold forecast out there on this Tuesday with Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, it is quite chilly out there this morning. We're talking conditions that are going to be yet again dangerously cold for us to start off the day today. We've got that wind chill warning in the northern half of the valley, the wind chill advisory in the southern half, and a reminder this has been extended now all the way through the rest of the week and into Sunday. So this is going to be with us for some time with your afternoon planner. Looking a little better here today. You could see we can expect to see temperatures nearing 0 or even climbing above in the south, but don't let that fool you. The wind chills are quite cold here this morning. And looking outside, you can see we've got some clear skies in Fargo on our Luther Family Ford Skycam. Starting to see that sun come up. It's going to be up in a little under an hour here. And temperatures themselves are into the teens below. We're at 10 below in Fargo and in Grand Forks. It's 14 below in Thief River Falls, Bemidji, and in Devil's Lake this morning. Most places checking in with some clear skies, but there are some spots with a few clouds passing through. So here's a look at your wind chills. Again, temperatures might be a little bit better, but it's breezy today, so that kind of cancels everything out. We're looking at wind chills that are in the 30s to some 40s below for most areas. It's 30 below in Fargo. It feels like 34 below in Grand Forks, and a wind chill of 45 below in Langdon, 43 below in Devil's Lake. And your wind speeds, they are into the teens to about 20 below, or rather 24 miles per hour in Devil's Lake. I'm so used to saying below now because our temperatures and wind chills are on the negative side of 0. A gust to 29 in the Grand Forks area. We could see more of that today. And so that, of course, has an impact on your wind chill. But in some of those areas that still have that loose, light snow from our recent round, that may get blown around a little bit. Some drifting perhaps going on in some of those roadways today to watch out for. And again, our temperatures, teens below 0 for most of us. It's better to the south over Sisseton. We are at 0. Radar and satellite map looking nice and quiet for today. And for your bus stop planner, another morning to make sure the kids are wearing all the layers and covering up as well to prevent frostbite. With wind chills in the 30s to 40s below, we know frostbite can happen in minutes. And as we head into the afternoon, a little bit better, but again, winds will remain in the teens to about 20 miles per hour. So wind chills will be a problem. A cold day today. This might warm you up. It's National Pizza Day. A nice warm pizza may help things along here on this frigid day. Coming up here in your forecast, expect to see more cold. You may want to order some warm food for the next week and beyond, with temperatures here that will likely stay below 0 through the weekend.
Ooh, the tough stretch. It's tough. It's hard, but at least a little bit of hope for improvement on the way. So thank you, Lisa.
It is now 6:54. We are waiting to hear more today on the sudden resignation of the career and technology education teacher in West Fargo. The school board last night accepted Ron Thompson's resignation, and they did it without any discussion on the matter. Thompson was a teacher at West Fargo and Cheyenne high schools.
When the school's principals found out that Thompson was under investigation, they notified staff and told them that he was not to be seen on any of the campuses and that they should notify them if he was spotted. They also said that Thompson was not to contact any students. Valley News Live has requested information from Thompson's personnel file, and we're told that it will be available today. The city of Moorhead has a new mayor.
City Councilwoman Shelley Carlson was sworn in last night to take over for Jonathan Judd, who resigned to take a judgeship in Fergus Falls. She was elected to the City Council to fill a vacant seat in November of 2018. Her term expires December 31st, 2022. A South Dakota judge has tossed out a voter-approved constitutional amendment legalizing recreational marijuana. Voters approved the amendment in November, despite opposition from Governor Kristi Noem. Her administration supported a legal challenge from 2 law enforcement officers. They argued that the amendment was technically flawed. Marijuana supporters argued that the lawsuit was an effort to overturn the will of the people. Lawyers expect to appeal to the state Supreme Court. Possession of small amounts of marijuana had been set to become legal on July 1st.
Fargo police are looking into another unnerving situation in a Fargo restaurant parking lot. The latest was Friday night at Red Lobster on 13th Avenue when a woman says that a man grabbed her arm as she was walking to her car.
And I quickly locked the door and I turned, but he then just stood right behind my car and I was like, I'm just going to run this guy over.
Police have responded to 6 suspicious activity calls within the last 11 days in that area. They're urging you to call them immediately if something similar happens to you.
Minnesotans now have another way to get that COVID-19 vaccine. The governor is using more retail pharmacies in the pandemic fight.
The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod joins us live this morning with the details. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan. Lisa, what we can tell you is that Walmart and Thrifty White will be the first 2 participating stores in the phase 1 project of the federal retail pharmacy program. But Walgreens, as you can see right behind me, is going to be coming in the coming days. Now, Walmart and Thrifty White are administering more than 16,000 doses at their locations across the state. This goes to vaccinate adults 65 and older. Governor Walz also reallocating 8,000 doses to Walgreens to the same age group. This will go to 40 in-store pharmacies across the state. This is a one-time reallocation of doses, not scheduled for use this week from the Pharmacy Partnership Program. Now, if you head to valleynewslive.com, you'll be able to find the vaccine appointments, so you can be able to schedule them through that. The link is included. And also letting you know, seniors, that you will be notified if you're on the wait list for the coronavirus vaccine the moment that the opportunity for availability becomes welcome in your area.
Brian Sherrod reporting live. Thank you for that update. Cold weather is canceling a rapid COVID testing event in West Fargo. The event was scheduled for tomorrow at the Lights Plaza.
There is another place to get that test. Fargo Cass Public Health has rapid testing from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday at Faith and Journey Lutheran Church. ESSENTIA is now changing its visitor policy because of lower COVID-19 numbers, and that starts today. 1 adult per visitor per patient per day will now be allowed in all clinics and hospitals, including the emergency departments.
For children or babies in the neonatal intensive care units, 2 caregivers are permitted per day. Kids under the age of 18 can visit an immediate family member who is dying when they're escorted by an adult. For adult COVID-19 patients, no visitors are allowed except for end-of-life situations. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. 29% of men have borrowed this from their significant other.
We got a lot of good guesses this morning, but the answer today is deodorant. You just never know when you need to smell a little fresh, maybe like vanilla or lavender.
I think that's why, isn't it secret, like strong enough for a man, made for a woman?
Oh, I don't know. I generally don't peruse the ads for that kind of deodorant, but maybe it is.
I know I'll get in trouble for this, but I know my husband has borrowed mine, so it smells like powder fresh sometimes, and I'm okay with that.
Makes it better to cuddle up with them a little later. Remember, you can play along every weekday. We have that on our Facebook page. The Today Show in CBS This Morning is just about to start, but the Valley Today, it rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW, and we'll have Lisa Green as she continues to track that frigid cold weather that's bearing down on the valley with a warm up in quotes, in sight. We'll see you over on the CW.